Hi folks, Chris Martin here. Today I'm with Peter Yeargin, the founder and CEO of Sage SEO, making search engine optimization transparent, approachable, and affordable for startups and small businesses. And today I'm here to talk with Peter about search engine optimization. Peter, what is search engine optimization?
Thanks, Chris. It's nice to be here. Search engine optimization at its basic form is the process of helping a website or a piece of content rank higher on a search engine like Google.
Okay, so that's a great definition. You have some content, you're going to make it show up higher in the rankings on Google. But what are the kinds of things that you actually do to optimize content?
Well, the thing about search engine optimization, or SEO is what most of us in the industry call it, there are a whole lot of different things that you can do to make your content rank higher on Google or even rank in the first place. But if you boil it down, there are three major buckets: on-page SEO, off-page SEO, and technical SEO.
Okay, well, so there's three major categories of SEO. Tell us a little bit about each. On-page SEO, what does that mean?
Well, on-page SEO is about taking a single page, a single website, a blog post, something like that, and optimizing the content on that page for crawlability by Google, for indexability to where Google can understand what the content's about, and for rankability. So Google being able to understand and glean what your content is about. What is as Google calls it, the search intent for your content. And anything that you do to optimize that one single piece of content is considered to be on-page SEO.
Okay, so on-page SEO is about helping the web pages on your site be understood by Google or other search engines. Okay.
Exactly. Because the goal for anyone who's creating content and the goal for Google is to match your content with someone else's search query on the internet who's trying to solve the problem that hopefully your content helps them solve. So,
okay, well, that makes sense, but there's more to it. What is off-page SEO? The stuff that happens off of your website?
well, off-page is normally something that partially you're able to control and partially you're not able to control. The major components of off-page SEO are something called domain authority. And domain authority, you can just think of it as Google often calls this page rank. And really, it's Google's assessment of your website domain and its reliability and reputation. And domain authority is something that you don't typically directly control, but you really are building it up over time. The other piece of off-page SEO work that you can do is called backlink building. And a backlink is really just any link from a certain website domain back to your website domain is considered to be a backlink. And backlinks and getting more backlinks from other websites to your website is part of off-page SEO.
Okay, so working in an ecosystem to help build the reliability of your website as it's seen by other people through getting other people to link back to your content, and that helps to raise your domain authority?
Exactly. Yeah, pretty well said.
All right. That seems like it's pretty straightforward. Well, then what about technical SEO? What is technical SEO?
Well, technical SEO is all that little stuff that's happening behind the scenes that most people will never know about when it comes to Google being able to find your content, rank your content, index your content, not necessarily in that order. And really what that means is, how is your web page formatted? Is the underlying source code for your web page optimized to tell Google what your content is about? Does it have an outline of what your content is about so Google can quickly understand and glean what message your content is trying to convey? And then are those extra pieces of what they call tags or tagging your data out there? So when someone shares your content, let's say on Facebook or Twitter, etc., it shows up and it looks good, or it shows up in Google search results and it looks good and it entices people to click on it. And all of that is considered technical SEO.
Because it involves the writing of the code in order to accomplish those things. That's why it's technical.
Exactly. And the good thing about it is most of the time you don't have to do this yourself, but most of the time your website builders like WordPress and Squarespace are taking care of a lot of that behind the scenes work. But if you don't know how to verify it's being done, then sometimes you can catch yourself unawares, and your brand and your business may not show up as well as you'd like it to.
Okay. So the three components that are on-page SEO, which is about building the content so that it is relevant and useful and people will come to look at it. Off-page SEO, which is about building your domain authority, becoming a reliable source of information that's trusted, getting backlinks from other reputable sites to yours. And technical SEO, which is the tagging, the behind the scenes kind of code stuff that makes sure that Google and other search engines understand what your content is and can rank it appropriately. Does that sound about right?
That's exactly right. Well said. Nice summary.
All right. Well, thank you very much for sitting down with me today, Peter. If you guys are interested in learning more about search engine optimization, I'll be talking to Peter more as time goes on. Please go ahead and like. And if you want to follow us, go ahead and subscribe and share this with your friends if you're interested. Peter can be found at www.sageseo.ai. Thank you.